Hello friends, today I am going to make a very simple sauteed mushroom. You can call it mushroom masala or whatever you want. So we need mushrooms, onions, green chilies, capsicum, tomatoes, carrots, and if I had broccoli, if I could get broccoli, I'd put broccoli in this because green color is missing here in this mixture. It's always good to eat a colorful food because you get lots of minerals. Colors come from minerals. Like a paint, if you take any paint, for example, this green, it comes from a mineral. They have to add some minerals to the plastic to make it green. The same is true for this golden color. So, the more colorful food you eat, the more minerals you get. Okay? And green color is missing mostly. And broccoli is very good for you, but sadly I can't get broccoli. But if you had broccoli, you can add it too. Okay, so these are the ingredients. On top of that, today I am using garam masala. Usually I don't use it, but someone said, hey, you can use masala powder. So today I'll use it. And some ginger garlic paste. Okay, these are the ingredients needed. Now I'll cut it and then I'll start filming. Okay friends, I've cut all the vegetables now. Tomatoes you can cut just randomly because anyway they are going to get disfigured. They are not going to maintain their shape. Capsicum I have cut into strings. Green spicy chilies. The spicier you want it, the smaller you need to cut it. Okay, of course there is a maximum spice limit for a given amount of chilies, but let's say that you have 3 chilies. I took 3 chilies and I want to increase the spiciness of my dish to the maximum potential. I want to cut it into smaller pieces. Okay, and then here I have some onions that are cut into some big and small strings like this. Carrots, obviously I have too much, I will not be using this much. And nicely cut mushrooms. See, if you have a good knife, see how good a job it does. Okay, and then some coriander leaves. And this is fennel seeds. Some fennel seeds and salt and oil is what we need to make this. So as a first step, I am roasting some almonds on this really nice heavy cast iron pan. Okay, you have to have heavy things. You need a good knife and heavy pans for you to be able to cook properly. Okay, unless you are making some rasam or something that is really watery. Anything that is not watery, you need heavy pans. Okay, and they cost a little bit. But anyway, I am roasting this for 2 reasons. The first one is, I don't want to waste the heat on this pan till it gets to its operating temperature, if I can call it that. The second thing is, I thought I'll use this as a garnish at the end. It will be nice. It will give it a nutty twist. Okay, now I have roasted the almonds and I've also tasted one of them. It's really good. Now the pan has gotten to heat, to its operating temperature. Now I'm going to add oil. Those who are concerned about weight loss, oil is not so bad. What is really bad is sugar. Okay? That doesn't mean that you can drink oil as much as you want, but I would have added like 8 ml of oil, which is fine. Okay, now comes the biggest problem for me. I need 3 hands now. Okay, I'm going to use the phone to push just the onions. Okay, now after I've added the onions, I'm going to add the fennel seeds. The reason why I always add the fennel seeds after I add the onions is because I don't want to burn it. Just add it in a place where you can get a little bit of heat, direct heat. Just spread it around like so. Like it has its own mini pan over there, right? It already smells so good. So after this, I'm going to add the capsicum and onions. I'm sorry, chilies. And some salt to make it cook. So this is going to cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, now it is cooking on one side. On the other side, I'm going to add some carrots. Obviously, this is too much carrots. I'm not going to use all of them. Okay, so that is sufficient. Little bit of salt. So this is going to cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, now the carrots are cooking over there. Yeah, they have already started to cook. This is a good thing. Now I'll add the tomatoes. Okay, and now I can add a little bit of salt to the tomatoes to break it down and start the cooking process. Okay, so now this will cook for another 5 minutes. As you can see, I am adding the vegetables that cook easily at the end. So I don't add all the vegetables at the same time. This will be obvious for seasoned people, but for single guys like me, this is not so obvious. You have to learn it from trial and error. So now this is going to cook, and now I can start adding ginger garlic if I want, and the masala powder I will add at the end, because heat destroys flavor. So if you heat something that is flavorful, all the flavor that is volatile and nice will fly away, and what will remain is only the residue. So the flavoring things you should always try to add at the last or when the temperature is low, either one. So I'll show you what I do next. Okay, now you can see that the tomatoes are cooking, and that means the carrot is also cooking. Yeah, nice. And this mixture is also cooking. So you just let the tomatoes cook till they become soft. Okay, in another minute or two, I'll be adding the mushrooms. Okay, you can see the tomatoes have started to kind of go really soft. Good. This one is not, so I'll wait. So now I've added the mushrooms, and as usual, a little bit of salt over the mushrooms just to break it down, not for taste, but usually what happens is at the end I find that I have enough salt anyway. Now to this I am going to add the ginger garlic paste. Now it's kind of time to mix it all around. Oh, it smells really good already, and I have not added any masala yet. Just the vegetables and ginger garlic. Already it smells so good. And I'm keeping them all separate because each one is kind of baking. This is not even cooking because this is so heavy. I am baking all the vegetables in a sense. I took a few of those almonds and kind of sliced them, and now you can see how the mushrooms are cooking. I didn't add even one drop of water to this pan yet. There is so much water in the vegetables. You shouldn't add water unless you are cooking something watery like rasam. Okay, just try it like this. And now the mushrooms have started to cook. They are almost cooked, so it is time to kind of mix it all up. Now it is okay to mix it all up. Okay, and I'm going to do something that is blasphemous, which I'll never do. But just because people kept saying, oh, you can add masala powder, okay, I'm going to add some masala powder. But I might as well add some sawdust, because there is nothing in it except for some really strong residual flavor. All of it is gone in the factory itself, assuming that they added the right ingredients. I don't even know what they added. So all this is cooked in super low flame. I'll keep repeating this again and again. I'm sure you will find it tedious, but I find so many people cooking in a hurry, and it doesn't help. And this will cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, and now I'm going to turn off the stove. And this pan is so heavy that it will keep cooking for the next 5 minutes. So this, my friends, is mushroom curry, and I hope that you will try it. Let us see if anyone can try this and tell me how it was. Hey, just as an aside, I wanted you guys to know how dumb I was. I thought, I could eat with chopsticks, and that will make me lose weight because I can't eat fast. So I taught myself how to eat with chopsticks. That is how misguided I was. As if there are no fat people in Japan. I should have known that there are sumo wrestlers who eat with chopsticks. So all these ideas that people give, eat less, eat slowly, and all that didn't work for me, and the chances are that it won't work for you either. The best way is to adopt the scientific way, which is to control your insulin. So don't eat foods that will make you produce insulin. But the good thing is, as a side effect, I learned how to use chopsticks. So isn't that funny?